Hello everyone, long time no see. So I have a little bit of a surprise today. I'm test driving the new Model Y. Let me show you. Yeah, as you can see, this is the new Model Y. I just got the car and drove like 3 kilometers, so the initial impressions are quite good. But I have it just for 1 hour, so I wouldn't really have really complex long reviews of the car right now, but just a first impression. So what I can see is that the materials are improved quite a bit. This is really soft here. So this used to be plastic in the past, soft plastic, but now this is like some vegan leather, I guess, and then this thing is some sort of fabric material. And overall, like, this is fabric also. This was also in the past fabric, but this is also fabric now. So everything seems to be a little bit more upmarket. Seats are amazing, so they improved the seats quite a bit. You can now do this kind of things, like I have the cool seats now because it's a little bit warm outside today, and it's amazing. I really like the cool seats. Steering wheel heater, but above all, the most useful thing for me is to bring back these stocks. So it's a little bit of a different kind of stock, as you might have seen in other videos and everything, but at least there is a physical stock. Other than that, I mean, yeah, I guess what I have heard from many people is that they have improved the soundproofing quite a bit. You can see it here. So these were also there in the previous generation of Model Y, like double laminated glass. But when I'm driving, I can actually feel it, that it's much quieter compared to the previous generation of Model Y. The suspension is much softer, so it's a little bit like SUV now, but hey, I mean, this is after all an SUV. Well, this is how the car looks like from the side. So I have this black Model Y. I like it. I mean, in person it looks much better than what it looks on videos and everything. So this is the light bar, which I don't know how I feel about. I think if there was no light bar, I would have preferred it without this light bar, but hey, whatever, you know. It looks now like some Chinese import cars or something like that, but I guess they are targeting the Asian market nowadays. But yeah, that's what we have now. The frunk, I will not open it. The frunk is the same as before, just a little bit different shape, but otherwise it's the same. The back, let me see if I can get a good view of the back. Yeah, so the back, I quite like it actually. It looks quite good in person. Not sure if it looks good in pictures, but in person quite good. They also changed the shape of the trunk a little bit. Yeah, so yeah, as you can see, so it looks a little bit better, like the materials are a little bit better finished compared to the previous generation. And these are now soft fabric material, and also here you have some cutouts for this lead here, so you can put it inside, and of course the usual Tesla thing, like a huge space underneath, and you also have space here just like the previous generation. So overall it's some modifications to make the car a bit better, I guess, but the question is, are these modifications enough to upgrade from your previous generation? But anyway, so this is something new, so this, you can do it now automatically from here. I don't know, I mean, how useful is it, but hey, probably useful for some people. But yeah, so let's get in the backs, on the back seats. Okay, so first thing I notice is that there are some buttons here to adjust the angle of your backrest, I guess. And the seats are more or less, I mean, in terms of dimensions, they're more or less the same, but the finish, I guess here they added this fabric material. Let me just see how comfortable it is. Wow, it's actually very comfortable. So I have loads of space here. And also with Model Y, what I like is that, I don't know if you can see, so there is no gap between my thigh and the seat. So this is very comfortable for long journeys. Of course, they have this extra display now in the back, and then there are two USB-C ports. You can control your climate control in the back from here, and apparently watch Netflix and everything. So other than that, it's more or less the same as previous version. Some changes of materials, like this one, it's a little bit softer compared to the previous version here. And then you have also the ventilated seats here, I guess. And let's see. Okay, so they at least added this tab now, so it's easier, but inside it's the same. Well, yeah. And the other thing that they said is that they updated this roof, which actually you can see it. I don't know if you can see it in the camera, so I can see it. So here it's probably how it was like in the previous generation. Here it's much more laminated and it's reflecting the sun actually, so it's much more comfortable compared to the previous version. So you still have these coat hooks like the previous version, lights, but you don't have those handles. Handles are missing from all Teslas actually. That's a little bit mean and cheap in my opinion. But anyway, let's drive a little bit, get on the Autobahn, and then I can give you more of an update about the sound insulation. And also about the suspension, how it feels on the Autobahn. Okay, this car has FSD, the European FSD. It's not the latest FSD that you see in the US, so it's basically the older version of the FSD. Because if you follow the Tesla updates, because of regulations, so you still cannot have the full FSD that you have in the US. But anyway, so this is not so bad. So some other changes, you have to activate it from here because they got rid of the gear stock. So I'm actually on the Autobahn, but it's a construction zone, so it's very slow. Yeah, but so far the sound insulation seems much better compared to even the previous generation of Model 3 and Model Y. Okay, on the Autobahn, this is the sound. Yeah, I mean, it's much better, but still it's a little bit worse compared to, let's say, my ID3. But for Tesla standards, I think it's good. Okay, so among other updates, we have a front camera now, and there are also the old cameras like side of the car, B-pillar, and then the backup camera. The quality of the cameras have, I think, improved quite a lot. I don't know if it's visible in this in the video. Here I'm not so sure how I feel about this gear switch. I mean, it's not difficult to do, but I don't know why they had to move them to the screen. The only thing that I can think of is cost cutting, which is obviously the reason. The blinker. Not a big fan of this blinker, but I'm glad that they brought at least a blinker, because it doesn't have the single tap. So it has only the big, the big tap, and then you do it, and then it just keeps it on, and then you have to cancel it manually, or it just automatically cancels. Sometimes it cancels when I don't want it to cancel. So I just cannot just do like one tap, just 3 or 2 blinks, and then than do things on my own. But anyway, so there is at least a blinker, unlike the Model 3. So, but I hear that they're bringing back the blinker also in Model 3. About the front camera, so you can clean it. Let's try it. Yeah. Wow, that's cool. But not sure why they did not include it in the back camera. Yeah, so, but overall, I think it's a good update. I'm not so sure if you already have the Model Y, if it's really necessary to update to this one. So people are talking about the sound insulation so good, but you know, I also drive a Volkswagen electric car, so for me it's meh. But compared to my Tesla Model 3, it's better, obviously better. Other things is just like the Model 3, new Model 3, you have this ambient lighting, which is some sort of gimmick. Let's see if I can activate it somewhere. Here. Yeah, so you can see the ambient lights there, so you can change the colors like blue or whatever. So it was auto, so it was, because it's daylight, it was off. But I don't like it, actually, to be honest with you. I would just keep it off because it just reflects. Not sure if it's worth the update, but if you are actually trying to update from a Model 3 and if you want a big car, maybe it's worth it. The prices are good in Germany, so it's just, I think, 1,000 euro increase, or even not 1,000 euro. I don't exactly remember, but it's more or less the same price compared to the previous generation. If you get the standard range Model Y, then the range has improved a little bit. Now it's more than 500 kilometers with the 19-inch wheels. So yeah, it's a good price. For this price, it's a good car, quite comfortable. Yeah, and feels a little bit more upmarket. Doesn't feel so cheap compared to the previous version. Okay, some more things. So here, let's say now, if you put it on gear, now you have this, and then it's very easy to deactivate the speed limit warning here. That's fine. And then you put it in park again. Other controls on the steering wheel, you can tap it once for the wiper and then tap and hold to wash. And for the lights, it's a little bit complicated. Maybe it's something to do with the car. So let's say if I want to just use the manual headlights, so I can flash, but yeah, actually maybe I have to do something with the settings or something, I don't know. So if I press and hold, it should activate the headlights, but it's not doing it. So anyway, so like I was saying, I mean, it's a good update. I'm out of time, I have to return the car, but it's a good update just to finalize my thoughts and everything. It's a good update, I guess. It's quieter, it's much more, it feels much more upmarket, and some features they took away, but it's not that bad. You still have the stock, but they took away the gear stock, and autopilot is now activated here instead of with the stock. Yeah, so either way, it's a good update, I guess. So if you own a previous generation of Model Y, I'm not so sure if it's worth the upgrade, but if you are moving from other cars, maybe it could be a good update. So that's about it. See you in the next one.